Alright guys, I'm back.
I figured I would do a tutorial or, a quick way to check your dizzy. You can do it in or out. And this will eliminate, basically, you check the coil and you can check the sensors inside if you have a code. So I'm gonna show you real quick.
Basically, because I've taken a few apart, I had to diag them down. I also put the schematic of how you do it in the in this little short video. But basically, this is a good one. I just took that one out to check the Civic, which that one needs an igniter. And what I mean by igniter are these buddies right here. Now, the ones that you see, like that could have had something on it. But the ones that you see with the NEC on them usually comes out of like a CRV or something like that, a cord or something like that. And these usually come out of like Civics or Integras, something like that. This is an aftermarket one here. It's usually a Hitachi, and it'll be like printed on there. This is an OEM brand, NEC, which I think OKI and a few others make. I had to do a little research. This one, which is an aftermarket, you can tell by the harness. But this is, I don't even know. We don't even know who made this one, but yeah, it don't have an identifier of who made it, but it does work. It is an aftermarket unit. Now, my trusty old Fluke, I have it set to resistance, and on this coil here, now it's out of the distributor, but if it was in the distributor, basically it would be sitting like that. So what you have here, if I get this right, make sure, I think this is the secondary one. You want to do a resistance check between positive and negative, which is A and B. I think this is A and this is B. And what you want to get is that right there, 8. And it says, I think, 0.6 to 0.8 is resistance. And then you want to check primary at 0.8. And you should get anywhere from, I want to say 13 to, I don't know, I'll check and show y'all. But you do, but basically like that. And as you can see, I am getting 16.23, and it's a lot of ohms, KOs. Or the secondary and one of the primaries. So that's how you check the coil. And if you get those readings, those are good.
To check the igniter, what the diag sheet says is to unplug, let me get it, is to unplug all the connectors from the igniter and then turn the power on, just the ignition on. You don't have to turn the car on, just turn it on so you have power. This is with the distributor still in the car. Now, with the plug still connected to the harness, power should be coming into the plug and to those connectors that you're going to be testing. Now, you test the wires they tell you to test. I want to say like the black and yellow wire, the blue wire, and then another wire. You test those to ground, and you should get battery voltage or whatever. So you get battery voltage to the wires that you're supposed to get, then it's your igniter, because you check the coil, which I just showed you. The coil is good, then the only thing could be the problem would be this. In most of the cases, it's always these, because you can get a spark. I mean, there's a few other tests you can do, like use a test light while the distributor is still hooked up to the motor, and turn it over with the test light testing here to see if you get a spark, and that'll also show that the coil is good. But if you just want to make sure, you can just test those two leads, and then you can also do it with it out. Like, it doesn't have to be in the distributor because you're checking for resistance, so it's not like you're checking for power or anything. You basically check it inside the coil, and it's kind of hard for me to do it with one hand, but there we go. And then we're gonna do, like I said, from here to there, and that's a bad coil. So this coil is not good. Let's try this one. See if it's good. Should put the damn camera on the tripod, but just show y'all real quick. Good coil. Yeah, we have a good coil. So this coil is good, that coil is bad. These are bad because I've swapped them out. Swapped them out of different distributors just to see if they work, and they do not work. That's just one way to test your internals in your distributor. In most cases, you do not have to replace the whole distributor. The culprit is going to be the igniter module or the coil, or both. So if any cases that you're driving and your car dies, and it's not fuel related, it's going to be spark related, and it's going to be the distributor. It's only a few things that starts the car: air, fuel, spark, and a few other things. But if you don't have those key components, air, fuel, and spark, then your car will not run. The problem I had with the CRV is she was driving it, she was leaving the store, and as soon as she pulled out, car cut off, boom. And then with the Civic, Tony's car, I was running it, just letting it idle, and then it got rough and just stopped. Tried to crank it over or turn it back on, and nothing. Same incident. So I just swapped out, I did a whole bunch of tests to make sure it wasn't anything else, and ruled out everything, and then went for the distributor. But in most cases, you can go straight for those things. You check for fuel first, and then you check for spark. And then if you don't have any of those, you make sure that you don't have any vacuum leaks, and you should be good to go. So to check your sensors inside, you have the plug. Now, this one is an ODB2 plug, and I know because all 8 are connected. ODB1 plugs, or ODB2A and ODB1 plugs are different, and then ODB0 plugs are different. Now ODB1 plugs are different, and then ODB2 plugs are different. Okay, so all ODB2 plugs will be 8 pin. And then you have ODB1 plug, which is the 8 pin connector, but 7. One is missing because you have the 2 plugs for the ODB1. For the ODB0, which is there, you have the 2 round plugs. So, also, this is the ODB2A plug, and this would be considered the ODB2B plug. Now, this also has, it's like integrated, like the ODB1 plug into this plug, because it has 8 slots, but only 7 are used, and then it has the 2 at the bottom. So yeah, that's the way those are. But to test these, or you test your sensor, you'll have a code. Let me make sure I get these right. And I think it's going to be all the color wires plus these 2. So this black and yellow wire usually is a wire that's, solo from the top. So I'm not going to use these 2. I'm just going to test these 6 to the left. So I'm going to test the blue wire, the white wire, the white and blue wire, and then I guess that would be an orange, and it's faded. So like it's orange and blue wire, and then orange wire, and then the black wire. So what you do, you test resistance between those. So it's going to be that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. the reading of resistance is high. I want to say like 350 to, or is it the 500 to 750, something like that. Like I said, I'll be posting the actual data sheet, you know, so you can see it. But we're gonna test that real quick and show you. So I have to check. So we got 350. So it's 350 to like 500, 350 to 700, something like that. And it's based on temp, just like resistance always is. So basically, when you're testing these, you're testing the sensors inside, like the KYP sensor, the crank sensor, or the TDC sensor, I should say. It's kind of hard to get this, like I said, one hand, but we got it. So I am basically touching, like I said, terminals that I showed you. It's kind of hard to do with one hand, but you get the gist of it. The instructions kind of explain that, and if you don't understand it, but that's basically what you're gonna do when you test resistance. So no power is needed when you check resistance or continuity, and those are the ways you check the distributor. So there you go. All right, have a good one.